So, this is an idea that I've been seeing on my YouTube feed a lot lately of putting characters into this Hunger Games simulator. So I thought, why not do it with things that made me cry? So here we have it! Undertale and Deltarune characters in the Hunger Games, with their teams determined based off of either canon or fanships or just obvious pairings or just random headcanons at the same time, and me just it's really just complete randomness if I'm being honest, but whatever. Proceed. Oh god. The Hunger Games bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Spamton grabs a sword. Jevil retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Sans runs away from the cornucopia. Noelle takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Asgore and Martlet fight for a bag. Martlet gives up and retreats. Azriel, Dez, Chris, and Alphys share everything they gathered before running. Birdly runs into the cornucopia and hides. Why is that extremely in character? Azriel Deltarune runs away. Sham takes a spear. Tana finds a canteen. Kara takes a spear. Undyne scares Susie away. Toriel runs and hides. King, Queen, Frisk, and Ralsei share everything. Flowey gets as much food as he can. Papyrus grabs a shield. Day 1. Martlet defeats Spamton in a fight, but spares his life. Birdly fishes. Susie searches for firewood. Flowey runs away from Tenna. Jevil goes hunting. Toriel sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Sans receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Azriel Deltarune makes a one spear. Sham runs away from Chris. Papyrus tries to spear fish with a trident. Undyne tends to Asgore's wounds. Ralsei chases Alphys. Frisk chases Azriel. Kara goes hunting. Queen receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. King repeatedly stabs Noelle to death with sighs. What? Okay, so she didn't drown. She just got stabbed in Chapter 1, which the weird route doesn't even happen, so... this is Chapter 1, Side B. Dez hunts for other tributes. Proceed. One cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Alphys sets up camp for the night. Ralsei stays awake. Sans, Undyne, Flowey, and Frisk tell each other ghost stories. Azriel, Dez, and Tenna successfully ambush and kill Susie, Spamton, and Sham. Tenna's getting revenge because of the divorce. Kara fends Papyrus, Azriel, Deltarune, and Toriel away from their fire. Chris, Jevil, and Asgore sleep in shifts. Martlet sees a fire but stays hidden. King and Queen talk about the tribute still alive. Birdly is awoken by nightmares. Azriel Deltarune receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Kara overhears Frisk and Queen talking in the distance. Martlet spears Birdly in the abdomen! Dude, he's their teammates! Jevil, King, Ralsei, and Papyrus raid Chris's camp while they are hunting. Flowey receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Dez receives fresh food. Tenna sees smoke but decides not to investigate. Undyne searches for water. Asgore sees smoke, doesn't investigate. Sans receives clean water. Alphys camouflages herself. Toriel searches for water as he discovers a river. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. This is just depressing. Sans shoots an arrow at Papyrus, but misses and kills Toriel instead. Well, there goes that fanship. Dez passes out from exhaustion. Alphys silently snaps Martlet's neck. Holy. Azriel receives an explosive. Tenna kills Ralsei as he tries to run. Asgore fends King, Undyne, and Frisk away from his fire. Chris tries to treat their infection. Queen destroys Jevil's supplies. Kara cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. Are you sure it wasn't because they wanted something else to happen? And just because they couldn't handle the circumstances? Azriel Deltarune passes out from exhaustion. Flowey starts a fire. Frisk, Jevil, and Tenna hunt for other tributes. Asriel, Papyrus, Flowey, and Alphys raid Chris's camp. Why is everybody raiding Chris's camp? Queen searches for food. King searches for water. Undyne, Des, Sans, Asgore, and Asriel Deltarune hunt for other tributes. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Toriel, Martlik, Ralsei, and Kara proceed. Queen tends to her wounds. Tenna and Jevil sleep in shifts. Sans attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Chris falls into a pit and dies. Wow. Papyrus goes to sleep. Asriel attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Asgore tries to sing himself to sleep. Alpha sees a fire but stays hidden. Des, Undyne, Frisk, and King sleep in shifts. Flowey looks at the night sky. Asriel Deltarune screams for help. But nobody came. Queen defeats Sans in a fight but spares his life. Asgore receives food. Undyne begs Frisk to kill her. They refuse. Flowey, Asriel, Jevil, Alphys, and Papyrus hunt for other tributes. Des kills Tenna while he is resting. Well, that sure as heck supports the Des Knight theory. Asriel Deltarune severely slices King with the sword. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Chris, Tenna, and King. Oh, that's not what I meant to press, but... Oh my god, Des has 4 kills! Holy. Proceed. Asgore questions his sanity. He's been doing that for a long time. Undyne attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Alphys receives clean water. Des sets up camp. Asriel Deltarune loses sight of where he is. Papyrus fends Queen, Asriel, and Jevil away from the fire. Sans and Flowey tell stories about themselves to each other. Flowey has a story to tell. Frisk cooks their food before putting their fire out. Des and Queen split up. Undyne, Frisk, Flowey successfully ambush and kill Jevil, Asriel, and Alphys. So Undyne killed Jevil, Frisk killed Asriel, and Flowey killed his reviver. Asgore accidentally steps on a landmine. God! Asriel Deltarune travels to higher ground. Sans constructs a shack. Papyrus discovers a river. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. This is chaotic. Flowey, Queen, Undyne, and Papyrus tell each other ghost stories. Frisk tries to sing themselves to sleep. Asriel Deltarune repeatedly stabs Sans to death with sighs. This is awoken by nightmares. Flowey gathers as much food as he can. Oh wait, it's the feast. Okay, so Flowey gets as much food as he can. Queen, Papyrus, and Asriel Deltarune get into a fight. Queen triumphantly kills them both. Undyne decides not to go to the feast. Des takes a staff leaning against the cornucopia. Frisk sobs while gripping a photo of their friends and family. Didn't kill Asriel? Like, you betrayed his parents. Like, he already died before. Like, you don't get to sob about Toriel. Or your human parents. Frisk is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Undyne receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Flowey travels to higher ground. Des stabs Queen while her back is turned. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. So both Asriels are dead now. Flowey, Undyne, and Des cheerfully sing songs together. Frisk receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Frisk repeatedly stabs Flowey to death with sighs. If that was a real knife, that would most likely be the genocide ending, to be honest. Undyne makes a 1 spear. Des fishes. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Des and Undyne sleep in shifts. Frisk climbs a tree to rest. Undyne kills Des while she is resting. If Des Knight theory is true, then Undyne's getting revenge. Frisk tries to spearfish with a trident. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Undyne bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Her determination wasn't enough to save her this time. The winner is Frisk! Frisk with 4 kills. Oh my god. Frisk went on a whole genocide route here, and Alphys with not Alphys, Undyne with 4 kills, but Dez has more kills, 1 per chapter at time of recording. Okay, let's proceed. And the summary, I don't care about that. So Dez was in first place with the kills. The district placements were the humans, and Frisk was first. Oh, Susie died right after Noelle. This was a whole thing. That took a while to set up because you can't just upload images. You have to like make a URL for them and add .png to it. And that's why all these images right here are really stretched out. And yeah. Oh my god. This is I don't know how to respond to this. Should I do a sequel? Should I do other people? Let me know.